Hi, my name is Katty Richardson, and I am doing my own spiritual work. And I thought that I would record it daily in terms of what I'm inspired by, and then share a meditation that's really for me, but you might find some benefit in it as well. And hopefully, you get something good out of this. So, starting today, I wanted to introduce that I have just recently discovered Lester Levinson and some of his writings and the Sedona Method, which has been developed and further by Hale, I think it's Dworkin. Hopefully, I got that right. But I'm finding it to be super helpful and super interesting, and I'm really interested in Lester's ideas. So I'm gonna let this free form over the days and weeks and months that come. But my thought right now is to take something that Lester wrote and just give you my 2 cents on it. And so where I'm going to start today is Lester talks about focusing just on positives. And part of his thinking is that what we put our attention on is where we tend to go. And I've said that to clients in the past, that if you look in the rut, you will go in the rut. Kind of an adage from bicycles or water skiing, look at the fishes, swim with the fishes, which definitely was true. So he says, and these are his words, we should think in positives. I say to people, give me the opposite of the negative you're thinking, and they can't do it. The difficulty is habit, but you can change a negative habit into a positive habit. Just put your positive thought with more power than the negative habitual thought. It'll overwhelm and knock out the negative thought. One powerful thought can knock out hundreds of negative subconscious thoughts at once. So pretty exciting. And I've been experimenting with that just starting today and really noticing how much something can happen and I get kind of an instant take and it can go to a negative, judgmental place. And I'm noticing that it's actually quite easy. I'm finding it easy to to just shift. And it almost seems like there's a razor edge. I could go to the negative side or I could go to the positive side. And that I can make that a choice if I catch it. And of course, the more earlier I was trying to fill out a form on a website and I did a bunch of work and then it just blew up and all my work got lost. And I was definitely irritated. And so it's harder in a moment like that. And that's obviously a really small thing. And so bigger things are going to be even harder than that. But definitely worth something. I mean, like, why not? What do you have to lose? So that's my thinking, at least, and I wanted to offer that to you. And so today's meditation that I'm going to do is going to be a riff on the fairly well-known RAIN meditation, which that stands for, R stands for recognize, to notice what you're feeling. A stands for accepting what you're feeling. I stands for investigation. And I'm going to add a little bit, I think, to the investigation piece that comes from from Lester and Hale and the Sedona Method, which is to look at what's there. And part of it is to just consider and explore, is this emotion that's there, is it there to get you approval or love? Is that what it's about? Or is it fear of disapproval or fear of losing love? Or is it to get you control or safety, or fear of losing control or fear of losing safety? So that is a lot of things boil down to those two things. And what's interesting is you might be trying to get approval to stay in control, and you might be trying to stay in control to get approval. So it may be that it's both, and it may be that it's layered. So another thing to just kind of notice. And so just sit with that for a moment. Is this about control or is this about approval? And just kind of holding, am I getting that? Is this actually serving me? And is it helpful? And then the last step, N, which is depending on who you listen to, I'm going to call it nourishing. Sometimes it's, I can't remember, I think non-self or something like that. But we're going to say nourishing. And to me, that's just really giving love and thanks to that, whatever's coming up in me. At some point, it likely served me, oftentimes in childhood. Feelings, it definitely had a service in getting love and staying safe with our parents. And so the N is just to really give some love to that positive intent behind something that at this point is probably problematic for you. Um, and then I'm going to add a piece, which is from the Sedona Method, which is to release. So I'm going to call my process Rainer, which is the R is release. And it's the idea is to hold it lightly and say, well, just for now, um, it's to let go. And so the questions that come from the Sedona method are really looking at, let's say I'm holding on to some anger towards someone. And the question is, can I let this go? And that's the first question. And yes or no, or maybe. It's just for you to sit with it. And then regardless of that answer, we'll go to the next question, which is, will I let this go? And so then you can consider, like, your answer to can I might have been yes. And then the question is, well, will I? Um, do I want to? And sometimes that can be no, and that's perfectly okay. And then the next question is when. So if you got a yes to can I and you got a yes to will I, then the question then is when. Um, and it's fine for you to have whatever answers, and it's fine for you to be stuck. It's fine, whatever comes up. The idea is really to just be okay. So if what comes up, can I is oh, I don't know if I can, I feel stuck. That's fine. Then go to the stuckness. Can I allow the stuckness to be here? Can I release the stuckness? If that's yes, will I release the stuckness? So this is really always just an experiment and an exploration. You can't do it wrong. And if you get some release, that's fantastic. And if you don't, that's okay too. Really, I mean, that would be coming right back to the acceptance step, which is all right. Today wasn't very successful, but we're going to try to help you say, well, that's okay, because we all get stuck. All right, so that is my introduction for today, and I am going to um, take away the camera for right now because I don't want to I want to meditate right along with you, and I don't want to be self-conscious about that. So I want to be able to just fully relax and do it. And so I'm going to I'm going to pause my video. And hopefully you'll enjoy it. Feel free to bounce out right now if that little gem was enough for you. And here we go into the meditation. So maybe taking a nice breath, making sure that you're comfortable, pausing if you need to take a moment to either lay down or sit down, change your seat. Taking a few nice deep breaths and letting your shoulders drop. Getting comfortable in your body. And now just noticing whatever might be weighing on you. It could be something physical, like some pain in your body, or it could be something emotional. It can be something from the past or the future. And just recognizing what's there in your body mind right now. I'm taking a moment to accept that, to just really try to be okay with whatever you're feeling there. Now just shifting into investigation, questioning these feelings that are there, considering what am I looking for here with this feeling? Is this feeling about control? Is this feeling about acceptance, getting love? I'm noticing in myself some anger about feeling rejected, feeling not responded to. So that's really about love and approval and protection against hurt. And just sitting with the question, is this feeling getting me what I think it's going to get me? Is it getting me approval or love? Is it getting me control or safety? Mine is very clearly not. It's just painful for me. And it's not providing any real value anymore. And I can see maybe at some point it might have protected me, kept me out of relationships that weren't helpful for me. But I don't think it does that anymore. And so now shifting into the end of nourish, and just giving love to that feeling that's there for you. For me, I'm noticing that those feelings are really about the past. Somewhere in the past, when I didn't have the tools I have now, it was helpful to stay angry. It's helpful to hold on to hurt. Didn't have anything better to protect myself with. And now we shift into the releasing process of rain. Just really looking at these feelings that are there. And asking myself, will I let go of these feelings? Would I let go? Can I release them? And in my case, can I release the need for approval and love? Can I release that? And then the next question, will I release that? The next question is when. And a nice deep breath comes for me. Now we can circle back and a little more quickly go back to that situation and check in on those feelings. And again, you can walk through the release process again if you're not fully released. And just notice what's there now. See if you can give it a moment of love and acceptance. And then ask yourself the question, can I release this? Will I release this? When? And we'll do it together one last time, circling back to the feeling, seeing if it's still there or maybe it's shifted. Giving it a little love and acceptance, a little nurturing. Can I release this? Can I let it go? Will I release this? And when? Taking a nice deep breath in through the nose and letting it out. And hopefully you found something positive in that. If you didn't, I suggest you let that go. Following Lester's advice to focus on what you can like, you'll change your world that way, according to him. And I think he's probably right. Not probably, I think he's right. That if you notice what you can enjoy or what you can appreciate, if you absolutely hated this, that's totally fine. You could appreciate just the fact that I cared enough to do it. So, trying to put a little love out there into the world. All right, so that's it. And I hope you have a wonderful day. I hope that you maybe take the goal from Lester to focus on the positive and replace negative thoughts with positives. And notice one of the things he said that I didn't say earlier is he says the unconscious doesn't understand, the mind thinks in pictures, which to a large extent I agree with. And so I don't want to be fat. Well, what the picture that your mind is going to get is you being fat. And that's what you're going to serve up if you think about it enough, is you're going to actually start gravitating towards that. So anyways, worth a try. And I don't think it can really harm anything. All right, take care. Have a wonderful day. And